Today's news, convenience store worker caught tampering with condoms.
Did you know that in 2002, when I first moved to Korea, condoms weren't even available in the convenience stores?
That's surprising. It's not so surprising considering when I first moved there in 2009, it was really hard to find tampons in a convenience store. This is one thing you can see in the photo. Most of the condoms are wrapped up in like plastic packaging, and if somebody's gonna walk into a convenience store and buy a box of condoms without that plastic packaging, first off, rather stupid move.
Right.
Okay. Second, if somebody was actually really doing that, how effed up is that? People are using protection because they want to use protection because they're not ready or don't want to have kids. I was reading some of the comments on this and it's like, that's gonna spike the abortion rate. Yes, abortion is illegal in Korea, but it's gonna spike it anyways.
Well, and if this wasn't a joke, that guy's probably going to be in a lot of trouble because very easily all over the world, but especially in Korea, they can track an IP address to an address. And so if he's posting on his personal computer, that guy's toast if they want to catch him.
Think about this. If that was your store and this guy was your employee, what would you do? If I bought condoms from a store that was doing this, that the clerk was doing this, and things happened that I didn't want to happen and I wasn't married like I am now, I'd be really upset. I'd want to sue the store.
Another thing to note, I'm one of those people that thinks we're starting to get an overpopulated planet. Now, I'm not saying we should stop having babies or people shouldn't have babies or anything like that. I'm just saying when you look at it from a macro perspective, things are starting to get a little bit out of hand in terms of population to the point where we can't feed everybody, say, in Africa, but everybody in the United States is getting fat. It's just skewed. And so why is getting the birth rate up the answer? That's really my point.
They want to get the birth rate up in Korea because the birth rate is so low that there's too many old people and not enough young people to substantially take care of the older people, is what they feel.
Is that really what it is? The young people need to take care of the old people? That's why we need to get the birth rate up?
That's the Korean mentality.
No, birth rate in general. It's not a Korean thing. This is a all over the world thing. So getting the birth rate up is to take care of the old people. It's not to keep the economy going?
Well, it's both, because the economy, the majority of the population is going to retire sooner.
Right, but if we keep having more babies, multiplying, 7 billion turns into 10 billion, turns into 20 billion, turns into where do all these people live unless we create space station apartments for everybody?
But that's not what this article is about.
It's about birth rate. That's what the joke is. He wants to get the birth rate back up. That's the whole humor behind the photo that was posted.
Well, South Korea wants the birth rate up.
But so does Japan. So does your community where you're from in Pennsylvania. So do countries in Europe. They're all saying that this is a problem. So it's not a South Korea needs to get the birth rate up. You can look at it country by country, but actually they're all sort of having the same problem because people are having kids later in life. People are getting married later in life. Back in the old days, 200 years ago, we were just still trying to have babies to continue to exist. And now we don't sort of need that because we have hospitals, people are living into their 80s. Life extension is through the roof. I mean, look at us. You're 29, I'm nearly 40, and we may have a kid, but we haven't had one yet. And so if we do, we'll both be in our 30s probably. And that's the situation that a lot of Koreans are in, a lot of people around the world.
There's plenty of reason why young people these days don't necessarily want to have kids right off the bat. And yes, that does make economists and people within government worry. And South Korea is very worried about that. And so they put a lot of incentives out there to try to help young families start families. This you may consider a joke. I think that if it's a joke, if he threw away the condom that he's poking a hole in, great. But I think it's rather tasteless.
He should not have posted that in the first place. What would you guys do if you bought condoms that had poked holes in them?
I don't even want to imagine that on this video.
So dirty and disgusting, I know. Comments of what you guys think, your reaction to this. I really want to know about this because this is a weird thing.
Controversial.
Click the like button. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.
Oh, I didn't say subscribe.
Subscribe, guys.